Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? I gotta make these videos short and sweet this week, so if they're like that for a little bit, I apologize. My TV is unreliable right now and it's turning off randomly. Fortunately enough, it's keeping my recordings, but outside of that, let's just talk about Deca and why this week's episode is pretty interesting in the grand scheme of where the future uh, of the show, if it does exist, because like we learned pretty quickly, um, the people who have betrayed us, A, one of them think they did a good job, and B, the other one is beating himself up over it pretty badly, knowing that this might have been the only opportunity that they were going to get to try to free themselves. And by just reporting them, he doesn't know what the future holds. No one does anymore, right? Besides the people who have this ridiculous amount of power to be able to take them out and wind up on top in the grand scheme of forcing and making all the rules from here on out. So not only is that pretty scary in the grand scheme of how they're just destroying everybody with lasers, one shot here and there. It really just is another notion of how easily these quote unquote manufactured beings can be taken out and replaced. And instead of destroying all their precious humans with supposedly the factory that of monsters that they own, right? So it feels like just by seeing these monsters on screen, our little bug is bugging out, right? And this is what Jill, the robot girl, had expected of someone of a tanker, someone who is not uh, versed in knowing what type of world this is. Because, like I've said, the game, like the game showcase of it, really did make you think that it's just like a place where the producer and all the workers on the game kind of just went inside and started living amongst these people, not knowing that if this thing is turned off and never turned back on or something, they won't exist within the game anymore. Being like the tanker and everybody that lives in there religiously. So I thought that was the really cool point of all this, because we also just get to see where their hope and their hope and passion goes towards. If they know everything is falling apart, are you going to step up and you know make it better for you? Because at this point it makes so much sense why they were draining these monsters that were quote unquote free and attacking and whatnot, because that's where their oxygen comes from in this game. But if they didn't need these creatures' oxygen, it would just be one less thing to worry about draining, one less thing to worry about having on deck. And that's the part of the matter that is kind of scary, with how far these people are going to get what they want. We'll throw even as many humans as possible. We'll throw fathers of children, mothers of children at these beings just to get what we want. And that's pretty much why I think he knows, the guy that wants to shut all this down, he knows more than ever he was enjoying some of those moments of flying around, attacking and doing what he was doing, which kind of puts the notion of who's the true bad person here when it comes back to bite him, in the grand scheme of enjoying himself, trying to grind the ranks while other people on the battlefield who actually live in this place are just dying, and he's only worried about how strong and how good he looks on the leaderboards. So these are the types of things that are truly becoming interesting plot points and talking points for the future, because as of right now, I honestly don't know what's going to happen for uh, the end of it all. Like, once the system's down and supposedly the humans have nothing to really drain the monsters for, and they just can live off eating normal food and stuff, and all the robot people who need that oxygen from these beasts or like these monsters, all their avatars are going to fall. They're going to run out. And that's the new thing about destroying all this is, will they have some other way to suffice and still be around to cause trouble, or are they actually going to be taken out of the picture for good, and we're going to see something new come for all of these people? So like I said, I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. I don't know when my TV is going to just shut off on me again, which is really scary, knowing that I just might be without a TV until like September the 8th, I believe. So we'll see how that plans out. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I am your boy, Anime G, and I'm still thinking of so many different things I could pop off in the show. So look up the Instagram, the Twitter, and I'll probably post different thoughts that I had and didn't make it into the video. So thank you so much, and peace.